Hey guys, Aaron Farmer here with MySugarFreeJourney.com, and it is time for another Weight Loss Wednesday. It has been an interesting week to say the least. Several things have happened, so this video might be a few minutes longer than normal because there's a lot of stuff to go over. First of all, Weight Loss Wednesday, so last week on Wednesday I was at 230.3 pounds. So I said I was just a hair's breadth away from being under 230, which was my next goal, but I knew I probably wasn't going to make that because the next day was going to be Thanksgiving, and I was probably going to gain a few pounds over Thanksgiving, and I knew I would, and I did. So over the next couple days, my weight creeped up to as high as 236, I knew that was going to happen. I was a little surprised to see 6 pounds from what was essentially one big meal. But I knew that something was going to happen, and something happened. As of this morning, the weight has started to come back down, so I hit my insulin spike, and, was gaining weight for several days. As of this morning, I'm at 233.2, so in 1 week, I went from 230.3 to 236 to 233.2, so I went up 6 and back down another 3. But that's what I would expect for what I did. Now, I do have to say that my Thanksgiving was 99% keto, but we did do some sweet potato crunch, and which, sweet potatoes are pretty high in carbs, and we sweetened the sweet potato crunch with Splenda brown sugar, which you might not know actually has sugar in it, because it's not. Splenda brown sugar is not a sugar-free food. It has sugar, it has molasses in it, both. It's just cut with Splenda, so it has less sugar in it, but it's not. But you know what? I wanted brown sugar in my sweet potatoes, and that's what I did. So that was my one. That was my one big cheat. So all the other foods were sugar free, and all the desserts were sugar free, and everything. So that was why I gained 6 pounds. As opposed to maybe 10. But it's coming back off now. I'm back. Down to my normal way of eating. Things are going to be good, and the weight is going to start coming off again. The other thing that happened this week that was very interesting, if you listen to the My Sugar Free Journey podcast, you know that last week I talked to Dr. Mike Israetel, it was an interesting conversation because he does not advocate, obviously, a low-carb way to lose weight. He's all about calorie restriction. In fact, his calorie restriction plan was one of the stranger ones that I had heard. So what his plan is that he cuts calories for 12 weeks, enough to make you lose 10% of your body mass. And then once the 12 weeks are over, then you put into a 4-week plateau stage, where you don't lose weight, you just plateau, and essentially what the goal is to kind of get your weight from here down to this next step and let you normalize here, and then down to this next step and let you normalize here, and then down to this next step and let you normalize here. And so I tried pointing out that if I had done his method, so I was 400 pounds, so the first 3 months I would lose, or the first 12 weeks, 3 months, I would lose 40 pounds, because that's 10% of my weight, and then I would spend the next 4 months stabilizing at 360 pounds. And then the next time I would lose 36 pounds, and then another 4 weeks, or 4 months of stabilizing. So now we're at a year, and I've managed to only lose 76 pounds. And then so on and so forth. Every 12-week calorie restriction, every 12 weeks of calorie restriction, I lose 10%, which is a smaller and smaller, total weight of what I had to lose. And I think I figured out if I followed his plan to the T, it would have taken me almost 5 years to get to where I'm at right now in less than 2, or right at 2. That's unacceptable. And when you're 400 pounds and your blood pressure is so crazy that you could drop dead of a heart attack anytime, you don't need to do something that puts off your weight loss for years and years and years. You need something that works quickly, and far more importantly, you need something that's not going to leave you hungry. If I tried to do a calorie, and I say if, I think everyone's tried to do a calorie restricted diet, but if you start doing a calorie restricted diet, you have hunger pangs. It's hard to stay on a calorie restricted diet for a long period of time because you get hungry. When you get hungry, you want to eat, and you can gut your way through it, and you can willpower your way through a calorie restricted diet for a while, but eventually you're going to get hungry and you're going to eat, and it's very, very difficult. If you have 20 pounds to lose, you can do a calorie restricted diet. In fact, you can yo-yo those same 20 pounds up and down for the rest of your life, and it's not that big a deal because the bottom of that yo-yo is a healthy weight for you. And you can just kind of hover around it. It's no big deal. But when you've got 200 pounds to lose, calorie restriction is not going to help you. Now, to be clear, if you go on a ketogenic diet, it does restrict your calories. In fact, that's the mechanism by which a ketogenic diet helps you lose weight. You eat less calories, but you can eat less calories without having to count calories, without having to track macros, without having to go on a bunch of different exercise programs, without having to lift weights, without having to run marathons, without having to do all the crazy hour a day of exercise that most weight loss plans recommend, because it's not the you're not chasing the calories. You're not focusing on the calories. What you're doing is you're focusing on not eating carbs, keeping your insulin low, allowing your body's hormones to come back into some sense of normalcy, I guess I should say. You're able to respond to your other hormones like ghrelin and leptin. So ghrelin stokes hunger. Leptin gives you a sense of satiety, and the problem is that leptin competes with insulin for the uptake in your I think it's your hypothalamus is where it ends up. So if you have high levels of insulin, those high levels of insulin crowd out your leptin hormone, and so you honestly can't hear when you're full. This is why if you're overweight and you're eating a high carb diet or a lot of carbs in your diet, that's why you always feel hungry, because the mechanism by which you feel full and satisfied is drowned out. So if you're obese, if you're morbidly obese, and someone just tells you, eat till you're full and listen to your body, they don't understand. They don't understand what's going on. You cannot. Again, if you're morbidly obese, the rules are different if you are at a reasonably healthy weight versus when you're morbidly obese. But if you're morbidly obese or just severely overweight, wherever you fall on the spectrum, you can't listen to your body because the hormones that trigger you listening to your body, they don't work right. They're drowned out. You are leptin resistant, and that leptin is that key hormonal trigger that makes you feel that you're full. So if you've tried a calorie restricted diet and you have tried everything that you've known to do in order to lose the weight and to try to live a healthy lifestyle and it hasn't worked, I recommend cutting out the carbs. Cut out those carbs, cut out the sugar, and see what happens. Give yourself 60 days of low carb, high fat eating. And I know this is the holidays, and so maybe you want to start at the first of the year. I don't know. You do what's best for you. But give yourself 60 days of eating low carb, high fat. Give your body a chance to get fat adapted, where you're actually running off of your fat and you're no longer a sugar burner, and just see what happens. I can almost guarantee you that you are going to be thrilled with the results. I mean, I've been doing this for a little over maybe about 2 years now, 2.5. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been an amazing journey. This weight has come off, and where I used to not think that I was ever going to be able to lose the weight's gone, and the weight continues to come off. So please, if you get a chance to, or if you get frustrated with where you are and you want to try something new, try a ketogenic diet. See what happens. All right, appreciate you guys watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I really appreciate you doing that. And if you are out there and you're just totally convinced that a calorie-restricted diet is the only possible way that you could ever lose weight, come talk to me. I'd like to talk to you. Apparently, the last couple of days I've gotten pretty good at making this argument. And again, if you are morbidly obese a calorie restricted diet most likely will not work for you. And that's just the sad truth. It's time to try something new. Appreciate it, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.